Hi, my name is Jackson Fuller, and today we will be going over sunk cost fallacy. Alright, so have you ever kept doing something just because you've spent a lot of money or time on it, even though really deep down you knew it wasn't worth it anymore? That right there is what economics call the sunk cost fallacy. In simple terms, a sunk cost is something you've already spent money, effort, or time on, and you can't get that back. This mistake happens when we let those past costs, money, or etc., affect our future decisions. Basically, we keep going because we don't want that past effort to feel wasted. So, one of the best real world examples of this actually comes from a huge international project, the Concorde jet, as you can see on the screen. Back in the 1960s, the British and French governments teamed up to build a supersonic passenger jet that could fly from London to New York in just 3 hours. It was supposed to be the future of all air travel, but here was the major problem. It became insanely expensive. The cost went through the roof, and by the time it was ready, they already knew it would make no profit in general. At that point, the logical thing would have been to stop the project completely, but they didn't. Both governments kept investing billions of dollars because they've already spent so much. They didn't want to admit it as a failure. That's literally the sunk cost fallacy in action. It got so famous that economists actually started calling this kind of thinking the Concorde fallacy instead of the sunk cost fallacy. So, the Concorde story perfectly shows why ignoring sunk costs is essential for good decision making. Once money is spent and can't be recovered, it should no longer factor into what we do next. Instead, decisions should only focus on future costs and future benefits. If the Concorde project had been judged only by its future potential, it would have been canceled early, saving overall billions of dollars. But because decision makers focus on passive investments, they let emotion and pride override logic. And this doesn't just happen with governments. Businesses keep funding failing projects and people stay in jobs or degrees they dislike, simply because they've already invested too much time or money into them. So overall, the sunk cost fallacy teaches us that clinging to the past can blind us to better choices. The Concorde jet looked impressive, but it became a symbol of how dangerous it can be to chase losses instead of cutting them completely. The lesson is simple. Whether you're running a government project or overall making a personal choice, forget what's already lost, focus on what makes sense for the future. Good decision making isn't just about justifying the past, it's about maximizing the future and the future's benefits. Thank you.